Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to Estate Planning 101. My name is Tamar Bibbs, and I am a financial advisor and the CEO of Tamarisk Financial Services. So I do want to thank you all for joining tonight. I want to thank you all because I understand that you didn't have to be here tonight, but I'm glad that you are. And this virtual experience has been created to help families, professionals, and purpose-driven individuals be able to protect what matters to them the most. So, if you can, real quick, just let me know if you are able to see the screen. If you can just give me a thumbs up, I would appreciate it. All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So before we get started, we do have a disclaimer. So please be advised that the information provided is for general information and educational purposes only, and it is not intended as and should not be understood or construed as financial, legal, tax, or investment advice. While we do strive to provide accurate and up-to-date information, we make no representations or warranties of any kind regarding the accuracy, adequacy, validity, reliability, or the completeness of any of the information that we provide here tonight. We do ask that you consult with your licensed professional, attorney, or tax professional before making any financial decisions. No client advisor relationship is formed through this content unless specifically stated in a signed agreement. So, tonight's topics that we will be discussing is going to really give you a better understanding of what is involved in estate planning. So whether you're just getting started or whether you're already in the process or you already have an estate plan set up, this is going to tell you step by step how to implement if you're not sure where to start. And then if you are already in the process, just really kind of give you a refresher on what you should be looking at and doing as it pertains to your estate plan. So I'm just here to guide you through this process with clarity and care so that you can feel comfortable that your legacy is secure. So my name is Tamar. I do have the screen off. It just kind of helps to better with the presentation, but I will come on here real briefly and say hello to everyone so that way you guys can see who I am. But my name is Tamar. And I am the owner of Tamarisk Life. I'm a financial advisor. I am also a kingdom wealth builder. I believe that the Bible gives us the blueprint for how we are to operate, not only as citizens of the earth, but also as citizens of the kingdom of God. And so a lot of my wealth strategies and principles that I use and implement are based right off of the Bible. Our services include comprehensive life insurance and health insurance, wealth building and transfer, as well as retirement strategies, and also kingdom wealth building and business solutions. So even if you are a business owner, we can also help you with that process. So Proverbs 13 and 22 states that a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. So we understand that generational wealth is not just about material, it's not about how much we can pile up, but it's also making sure that whatever we are leaving to our future generations, they know how to manage it. Right? They know how to use it, how to operate it. And so it's not just about managing it, but also teaching them how to be good stewards of what we are leaving them, what the inheritance is that we are leaving them. So that's really our goal with what we teach and implement in our programs. So let's talk about the power of planning ahead. Estate planning is an act of love. It's not just about paperwork. It gives you control. It gives you clarity over how you want your assets to be managed, how you want your family to be cared for. It's about you designating and implementing your legacy, not just for you, but for the people that you love. One of the most powerful gifts that you can give them is preparation. And with your planning your estate, you can appoint your guardians for children or other dependents that you have, or anybody that you care for. It's a way to simplify or even avoid the probate process, which can save time, money, and stress for your family. It also gives you a way to minimize your taxes by preserving more of your assets for those that you care about, and it gives you an opportunity to clearly communicate your wishes, not just for medical care, but in any situation, especially if you are unable to speak for yourself. So, why does estate planning matter? Well, let's start with this powerful truth, right? Estate planning, it's really about what happens to everything that I've built if I'm not in the room. And I want you to think about that. If everything that I've worked hard for is suddenly stops, what happens if I'm not in the room? So I want you to think about that as we're moving through this presentation, because if you don't prepare in estate planning by creating a will or a trust, your assets can be distributed according to state intestacy laws. So that means that you lose control. That means that you will have no say in who receives your assets, and the distributions may not align with your wishes, right? So depending on what state you're in, the state laws will determine who inherits your property. Typically, they're going to prioritize it by your spouse and children, and then your other blood relatives. But this might exclude individuals or charities that you intend to benefit from your hard work, right? And then it also can, if you are unmarried or if you have an unmarried partner, for example, they can receive nothing without a will. Your estate will likely have to go through the probate process and a court supervised procedure to validate whether or not your will, if one exists, is even valid, and then how they're going to distribute your assets. This can cause delays. It can be very time consuming and expensive, potentially tying your family up in court for months, even years, right? So we want to be able to provide clear instructions for our family. We want to eliminate family disputes over our assets if we're no longer here. We want to eliminate straining relationships. I don't know about any of you, but if you've ever had to deal with the death of a family member, and you know how strenuous it can be with people fighting over property, right? And then also costly legal battles. So, in essence, without estate planning, it means that you delegate control of your legacy to the state and to the courts, rather than making these important decisions for yourself and ensuring that your wishes are honored. Right? So, just by being here tonight, you've already taken an important step. You're moving to clarity from uncertainty, from preparation instead of being in a reaction mode. So this is your opportunity to take control of your future and protect the people and the values that matter most to you. And understanding that this is something that we all have to go through. I tell people this all the time, like, we are going to die. I hate to put it like that, but that is going to happen. But how we prepare for it and how we prepare our families for it is what matters to the most. And then also be sure to stay tuned towards the end of this presentation, because I do have a special gift for you all. So it is good to stay to the end. So let's talk about the 7 elements of kingdom wealth building. These are the strategies that I present to all of my clients, right? So when we talk about building a secure financial future, there are 7 key areas that we focus on. First is financial literacy, understanding how money works and how to make it work for you. Next, we do comprehensive insurance, because protecting your health, your income, and your loved ones is the foundation of stability. Then comes tax planning. We make sure that you get to keep more of your hard earned money and avoid unnecessary tax liabilities as much as possible. We also emphasize retirement and long term planning so you can live comfortably later in life without financial stress. I don't know about y'all, but that's my goal. I don't want to work hard to still have to work hard when I'm supposed to be retired. Right. And then what we're here for tonight, estate planning, which ensures that your assets are transferred smoothly, protecting your legacy and your family. We also do investment planning, which is about growing your wealth strategically while you are managing the risk. And then finally, we bring it all together with our peace and protection strategy implementation, where we customize a plan and put it into action so you can live confidently with your choices as it pertains to your estate plan. So, when we talk about the 7 elements of kingdom wealth building, and I see we have Jewel and Nicole here tonight. So, if you don't mind, I want to ask you all, what does wealth mean to you? Jewel, if you don't mind asking, what does wealth mean to you?
Most people would say money,
Mhm.
in large amounts of money. I just think for me, it's everything that I currently own. I did this, I asked somebody this question the other day, am I a millionaire?
Mm,
And based on all of my assets, yes, I am. If you
mhm,
include your home and all other things. So that's wealth for me. I'm not talking about billions and millions of dollars, which I'd love to have, but I don't. But in terms of maintaining the things that I have and helping to grow those things, whether it's the stocks that I have, whether it's improvement of my house, so that the value of it increases, that's wealth for me.
that is beautiful. That is beautiful. Nicole, if you don't mind, does wealth mean to you? So for me, wealth means freedom, time, right? And the ability to create a lifestyle that I love, not just for me, but also for my family, right? And then when I talk about proper transfer of wealth, to me, it means being able to make sure that my family is not left wondering what to do, where to find it, or how to manage what I've left for them. Right. And so, as we're going through this tonight, I want you all to really think about it. Wealth to us all means different things. Yes, I'm like you, Jewel. I used to want to be a millionaire, but then when I thought about the upkeep of that, I'm like, I'm already wealthy. Right. But we a lot of times associate wealth with a dollar sign. And I'm learning that, in conversations with more and more people, that now they're starting to see, especially after some things that we've experienced here within the US recently, that wealth means being able to wake up every day and everybody be in sound health and sound mind, right? And so it's starting to become more than just a dollar sign. It's about being able to spend time with those people that we love and then being able to enjoy it and not stress over that, because that's another part of it. So when we talk about estate planning, right? Estate planning involves arranging for the management and the distribution of your assets after your death or if you become incapacitated. It's a process of making decisions now about how your assets will be managed and distributed if you pass away. Okay. So it's not just about money, it's about making your wishes known and protecting your family and giving everyone else peace of mind. So, why is that important? Right? Let's talk about why that's important. First, it puts you in control. You get to decide who receives what, when, and how. You can name your guardians for your children if you have minor children. We definitely want you to get an estate plan, even to make sure or to make clear your health care and your financial preferences if you become incapacitated. Okay. Next, it protects your loved ones because without a plan, your family may face legal delays, court fees, or even conflict over your estate. So a solid plan can help to avoid probate and smooth out that process. Then it can save you money, right? Estate planning is not just emotional, it's financial. It's strategic decisions that we can make now to reduce or eliminate estate taxes, legal costs, and other fees, which helps to preserve more of your estate for your beneficiaries. And finally, it will help to prepare you for the unexpected. If something happens and you can't make decisions for yourself, your plan will ensure that someone you trust is already authorized to step in, whether it's for your health care, your financial matters, or both. So at the end of the day, estate planning is about making sure that your voice is heard, even when you cannot speak for yourself. It's about protecting your legacy and the people who matter to you most, especially if you have minor children. And if I could just give a quick story here. I am still in law enforcement, but when I was wearing the badge and having to go out into the field, my son was young. And always in the back of my mind, I had to worry about if mama does not make it home today, what happens to my son? Right? I had insurance in place. I told people who I wanted to take care of my son, but I did not have it wrote down. I did not have an actual plan in place. It was just me verbally telling people. And I remember sitting down with my insurance agent, and she told me one day that the way that my current situation was set up, his dad, who I was divorced from, would have custody and control over my son's assets. And I was like, no, 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 no. Mm-mm-mm. And so I knew right then and there that I had to go and put in a state plan in place. And once I started learning more about it and really truly understanding what all was involved, I was on a mission because I understood that if there was other mothers out there like me who have worked hard and wanted to make sure that their children were protected, whether they are young or adult children now, the last thing we want is for someone to come in and to mismanage what we've worked hard for. And so for me, that was the driving force behind why I decided to make sure that I had an estate plan in process and in place. So let's talk about some key terms in estate planning. One is an executor, right? This is the person appointed in a will to manage your estate and carry out its instructions. Okay. So if you are no longer able to manage your trust, you then appoint someone who will be able to do that. It's someone that you trust, somebody that you know without a shadow of a doubt will do what you are asking them to do. A beneficiary, that is the person who or entity um, who is named in your estate plan to receive the assets, which means that anything that you put into your trust or to your estate plan, these are the people who are going to benefit from that. And then your power of attorney. This is a legal document that grants someone the authority to make decisions for you if you become incapacitated. Okay. So that means that you're still here. It just means that you're not able to act on your behalf. So, God forbid that it is the result of a car accident or if it is the result of, something horrific. This will allow you the opportunity to be able to make decisions for you. They will be able to make those decisions for you. So imagine this. This is the Bowden family, a family of four, son-in-laws of dad, and they have two small children. There's no will in place, which means that there are going to be probate delays, there's going to be legal hurdles, and there is going to be family stress, right? So let me know in the chat, what do you think the outcome is going to be for this family? What are some things that this family could have done to help to prevent this? So, again, this is why an estate plan is so important because we understand that these are the things that we can do now to help to prevent things like this from happening. So, why does everyone need an estate plan? Well, it's not just for the wealthy. It helps to avoid intestacy, which means dying without a will. It's essential for parents who have minor children, for married couples, for people with real estate or investments, for business owners, for anyone who has special needs or anyone with specific wishes. All right. So if you're a parent, this is the time that lets you choose who is the guardian and to provide for their future. If you are a business owner, it helps to provide a smooth transition and protects what you have built. If you have specific wishes about money, about property and healthcare, it ensures that your voice is heard. And if you have a loved one, especially with special needs, it helps to preserve their benefits and care without putting them at risk. So no matter what your situation is, when it comes to estate planning, it gives you control and peace of mind. So let's talk about a will versus a trust and what's the difference, right? So when we talk about a will, it's something that is effective at death, whereas a trust is immediately enact or enact it is immediately active upon signing. So probate is going to be required if you just have a will, versus when you have a trust, you can usually avoid probate. So as I mentioned earlier, we know that probate will be a long process, especially if you don't have a will in place. With a will, it is going to be public, whereas with a trust, it's not going to be. Asset control is going to be very limited with a will, but with a trust, you're going to have greater flexibility. And then it is best for, if you have a simple estate, a will work for that. Versus if you have a complex or a larger estate, you will definitely want to consider putting a trust in place. So what happens without an estate plan? Probate, right? Which is court supervised process of distributing your estate. Now, the cons of probate, it is very time consuming, anywhere from 6 months to 12 years. I'm here in Texas and I can tell you that it's backlogged, right? It's public record. It's costly. It is going to cost because you're going to have to pay for an attorney and court fees. But here's how you can avoid it: by putting a revocable living trust in place, having joint ownership on any of your documents or any of your accounts, and then also making sure that you keep your beneficiary designations up to date. So make sure with your employers that you have beneficiaries listed. Make sure with your bank accounts that you have beneficiaries listed if you do not have a trust in place. So let's talk about estate taxes. So when it comes to estate taxes, we know that there's a federal estate tax that applies to estates over $13 million, which was the threshold for 2020. So a revocable living trust means that it can be changed while the person who starts the trust is alive. It becomes irrevocable once the person who starts the executor of the trust passes away, and then it goes to the second executor. So let's just say, for instance, you start a trust, and during the process of you having the trust, you are able to control the assets that are managed within that trust. Once you pass away, then it goes to the will, and everything in that will, that person who you list as the executor then has to implement what you stated in the trust. So in 2027, we know that the threshold was $5 million. We know that in 2026, it will be going back to the sunset exemption rule. Okay. There is also a 40% tax rate for estates that exceed the exemption. That is the amount over the threshold that is listed. So when it comes to the estate, if you have an estate over $13 million, just know that there is tax implications for that. Now, some states have estate or inheritance taxes, right? In Texas, we don't have that. So be sure to check your state for more information. Okay. There are some strategies to help to reduce that tax burden, right? By doing annual gifting. We know that $18,000 per year per person can be used to help reduce that tax burden, given to charitable trust. Setting up an irrevocable life insurance trust can also help to preserve more of your legacy, as well as family limited partnerships. Now, estate planning with a trust helps you to minimize your tax liability, as taxes can shrink the value of your estate that you leave behind. Again, this is something that we can definitely discuss with you during your consultation. Now, most estate plans can cost up to $5,000. Okay. Now, when you're looking at your estate plan, what you want to be looking for is whether or not there is a customized will, whether or not there is a living trust, which is to help to avoid probate, if there is a durable power of attorney for any financial decisions that are going to have to be made on your behalf, if there is a healthcare surrogate, which is going to help make medical choices if you are unable to, if there is a HIPAA release so that your loved ones can access necessary medical information, and a living will to outline your end of life wishes. So let's go into a little bit more details. One of the things that we offer here is one, a seamless state specific legal platform, which means that you'll be able to do all of this from the comfort of your computer, right? And we also offer secure digital storage with attorney backed peace of mind. Again, your last will and testament is going to name your beneficiaries, appoint your executor, and assign guardianship for any minors that you have. A living trust manages these assets during your life and after death to avoid probate. And a durable power of attorney authorizes someone to act financially on your behalf. Also, you're going to get additional documents, or these are additional documents that you should be having in your estate plan. A healthcare surrogate, which appoints someone to make medical decisions in case of your incapacitation. A HIPAA authorization, which is it helps to designate a person that may access your confidential and medical and mental health records, as well as a living will, which outlines any end of life treatment preferences. Other considerations when we're talking about assets is digital assets, right? Any emails, any cloud storage, cryptocurrency, any online accounts. You can use the digital asset inventory that we provide to access these, and to have instructions on how you want people to access them. If you are a business owner, we can help you create a succession plan and include in your trust any separate buy-sell agreements, as well as assist you in purchasing any key person policies. Okay. Now, when should you update your estate plan? Good question. If you have recently got married or divorced, if you have birth or adoption of any children or grandchildren, if there's a death of a spouse or an executor or beneficiary in your estate plan, if you've had any major financial changes, an inheritance, a house sale, a new job, you should definitely consider updating your estate plan. If you move to another state, you should definitely consider an estate plan, because the laws do change or vary. So what is the cost of not planning? Well, probate with no plan at all. If you have an outdated will or a power of attorney, you can have family disagreements. If you have incorrect or missing beneficiary designations, there can be a delay in the payout with your insurance policies or in those financial documents that you currently have up. If the assets are not titled in the name of your trust, your family could have to deal with creditors. Not planning for incapacity, that could be a financial strain. Ignoring taxes or state laws, IRS, right? Forgetting about digital assets, loss of money. And no business succession plan means the loss of your business. So planning now means that you can help to avoid that burden and give your family clarity and support when they need it the most. We also offer special needs trusts. So please speak with one of our advisors who can give you more details about our special needs trust. And they are available as well in all 50 states. So, what is Kingdom Wealth Building by Design? I know you guys heard me mention earlier that I am a Kingdom Wealth Builder. What we do is we help you coordinate wealth building. We help to discover, we assess your full picture. We craft a plan that is tailored just for you, for your family to help eliminate debt and maximize your benefits. We also deploy, we put coverage and strategies into place, and then we defend, we adjust your life as life happens. So, how do we plan with you? Well, we have a strategic partnership with a Hargrove firm. I encourage you all to look them up. Hargrove Firm is also powered by NetLaw, which is an integrated provider of estate planning services to wealth advisory firms, and they collectively manage over 250 billion in client assets as of 2025 in January. So the process that we've designed with this process has been designed with financial advisors in mind, recognizing the importance of the advisors' roles in working with our financial clients. So here's your action plan. This is what we need you to do. One, work with professionals. Okay. And what you want to do is you want to start your legal drafting. You want to talk about your tax strategies. You want to look at investment and wealth transfer planning, as well as your trust administration. Right. So what can you do today? Well, I'm glad you asked. Today, you can make a list of all your assets and your debts. You can list desired beneficiaries and guardians, especially if you have minor children. You can identify someone that you trust to enact themselves as your power of attorney. And then you can meet with a qualified estate attorney or a financial advisor, such as myself. And then you can store these documents safely and inform your loved ones of your decisions. Any questions? I see we had the one for the trust. Any other questions? All right. So here's one of the other things that we offer. We also like to offer our clients this because this is another part of estate planning that many of our clients try to push to the back burner, right? But we do also offer a funeral concierge service. Now, what this is it will give you lifetime access to expert funeral planning with a lifetime membership. There is a one-time fee, and your family can receive unlimited assistance in arranging funerals, ensuring that every detail is handled with care and expertise. So, whether you are planning ahead and you want to include this into your estate plan package, or if you need someone to help you figure this all out, it's unlimited uses, which means you can use it to plan as many funerals as you need, including your own. There is immediate access to the concierge service. There is no recurring fees, and you get expert guidance. You also will receive a 10% discount on any merchandise that you purchase. So yes, you can pick out your merchandise ahead of time and start paying on it. And they do ship to all 50 states throughout the US. So this is another way that we are helping you to secure peace of mind with our funeral concierge service. So if this is something that you're also interested in learning more about, when we schedule your consultation, we can discuss this with you as well. So if you all will take out your phones and scan this QR code, we are offering a free funeral planner from our partner Tagton Casket, which is who we just informed you about. This is one of our ways of saying thank you. With this free funeral planner, you will have the opportunity to go through and be able to plan out your service exactly how you want it. It includes a step-by-step process. It's a very interactive tool that they have, and you can also download it and print it and keep it and secure it with any other documents that you have. So if you all will take a scan of that and get started with it. It's real simple and easy to use. But I have many clients that say, you know what, this helps me because I don't want to fight with my family over my last wishes. This just helps me to be able to um, plan it out for myself and not have to worry about it. So, your next steps: work with us as your financial advisor. You can schedule a complimentary peace and protection strategy session via our website link, which I'm going to enter into the chat right now. Uh-oh, hold on. All right. And then you can complete your life analysis. Your life analysis is going to help us to look at your liabilities, your income, your final arrangements, and any other educational expenses, education or other expenses that you have. And then we will help you get your trust administration process started. And you can schedule your free session at the website that I just provided you. Now, you're probably saying, you know what? I am ready to protect what matters to me most today. So again, we offer seamless state-specific legal platform to be able to start your trust process. It will offer you secure digital storage with attorney-backed peace of mind. It is an affordable plan with all the necessary protection documents that you need. And you will also get access to kingdom building wealth strategies. And the process is very simple. You will complete your trust account setup. It will pay, you will pay $100 for the administrative fee. You'll get your consultation to receive your account information, and then you can complete the trust documents. We'll review those documents, and then you can start to fund your trust. Yes, I can show that to you again. There you go. No problem. Thank you. All right. So, for visiting us today, we would ask that you please complete this evaluation to let us know what you thought about this presentation today. This is actually the last one that we'll be completing in this series. So, we would love to know your thoughts. We are looking at starting these back again probably at the beginning of the year. So, for you all being here today, we do appreciate it. But if you will scan this and provide the feedback, we will definitely be appreciating that. Again, my name is Tamar Bibbs. I'm a financial advisor, and I appreciate you all joining us here today. You can also schedule your consultation here at this QR code. If you have any questions, any concerns, or comments, please do not hesitate to reach out, and we will be more than happy to assist you with getting those questions answered. So, again, thank you all for being here. This is the QR code for you to schedule your consultation, and we look forward to hearing from you soon. Thank you so much. No worries. No worries. Thank you. Y'all be blessed.